Hi.
Hello.
So,
There we go.
here we freaking go.
All right.
Kill Kirby music. We don't need that stuff anymore.
Oh, we're done with it.
What we need...
There we go.
That's right. Alright.
So, get me up to speed here. What are...
Well, once we jump in, I'll give you a good
Okay.
rundown of everything. There we go. Yeah.
There we go.
This one likes to capture my mouse, so I have to make sure I don't have it on screen. Okay, so we've got here is... I have... Ooh.
Ooh?
That's wrong.
That's wrong.
So, it seems like I might have accidentally, exited without saving properly. But that's okay. So last time I was playing, I went down and I grabbed the glove from the bottom of the I guess, west continent. So that'll be the first thing I do now.
Oh, nice to have it spelled out for you.
Yeah. First thing I want to do is I actually want to figure out... So I have my notes up on the side. I wasn't taking notes last time, but
That's right.
I want to just have a couple things noted down. The first thing I want to do is go over and... Yeah, okay, I want to leave this area. I want to find the shortcut town so that or the shortcut point so that I can figure out what all of the towns are, or the ones that I currently have unlocked, and that'll be right here. So this one is town, I think, 3 in place of town 5. So
Okay.
or town 4 rather. So yeah, that's right. So, T3.
Oh my goodness.
Need Angel.
I just brewed my second pot of coffee for today because I am yawning like crazy.
Yeah.
But I want to stay up. Dang it! I want to watch you play.
Yeah. Okay. So let's see. Now this one is... Alright, this is new Kasuto, I think it is. And it is in place of Watertown of Saria. So this is town 3.
I see.
And it is... I mark town 7 as old Kasuto and town 8 as new Kasuto, because that's the order you find them in. So town 3 equals town 8. And I believe there might be something for me to buy here. Though that could be somewhere else.
Are the pallets randomized too?
There's an option for it, but I have it off.
I see.
Yeah, the palette randomizer actually only randomizes one of the palettes per screen. So it'll be like one specific visual. Yeah, I want to talk to the wise man here because I need to know what the boulder circle is for this area. One of the new things in the game is that the wise men, each of them will give you one hint to the boulder circle, which you just need to destroy 8 blocks in a specific order. So I know that the east one is 7, so I'm just going to write that there. Yep. Thank you, wise man. There we go. So I think that's everything. Yeah, I need the Enigma smell for this area, so we'll put that there. Need Enigma.
This is a nice note sheet you've got going.
Thank you. Yeah, it's a pretty simple one. I can't... Can I show it on screen? No, not like that. I could show it on screen, but I would need to, make another source, and I don't want to do that.
Nah.
But it's just a list, T1 equals blank through T8, and then P1 equals blank through P7 for the number of palaces and towns, and just some notes of each thing and what I need there.
Just figuring out what got switched to where.
And then, yeah, that takes you to the little area that you need the Enigma spell for.
Also, hello, Phyllis.
Hey everybody, got some people rolling in. So that is... I think I got everything over there for now, so I don't think I need to explore in this area. After I take my notes, my first order of business is going to go get the glove, because once I get the glove, I can get the jumps, or I can get the down stab, and the down stab is really, really good for combat. Especially when you're, like, early, really squishy, low level.
Squishy's a good word for it.
It is.
Link doesn't have too much in the way of chutzpah or resilience or fortitude yet. Needs time to cook. He's doughy.
I'm just a doughy little guy. I need to get a big, strong crust. Alright. Now... Yes, this way I want to go. Alright. So this is... Rudo, I believe. It looks like Rudo.
I love the chubby town ladies. Yeah. They are like the cutest sprite in the game.
Me too. Okay, I went backwards. Where is that? I think that this is... So that's... Yeah, that's where I was before. Now is this... This is T2, not T3. So... Not super important, but a useful distinction. Yeah, this is where their angel statue is. I have to get the angel statue, and that gets me access to the wise man in this town.
I can totally see why Zelda fans tend to sleep on Zelda 2, but I'm still really sad that they do.
Me too. It's one of those things, like, it's a very obtuse and kind of frustrating game. Alright, so this is T4, Harbor Town, and I believe here there might be a guy selling something that I want, and that something is the all key.
I imagine the all key works on all?
Yep. That is, it's a skeleton key.
I see.
And then here is, up there, that is the entrance to get the downstab, but to get through there, I need the glove.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, and this little lady will give me an item once I save her friend. So, I'm not going to talk to her because she wouldn't give me anything yet.
Right.
Hey, dude. Okay, so for this area, I need the IO flower, because that's the thing you need to get the... That's the quest item. There are a handful of items in this game that purely serve as an item that you get to get access to a wise man in a town.
Yeah, and nothing else.
Yeah. So need IO flower, need glove for downstab, and need... What else is it? I need... What's the other thing I needed? Well, I need to walk back over to the... Yeah, I need the red fairy. Red fairy. Oh, I just... Red fairy. Red fairy is her friend.
I see.
Red fairy, revives you if you fall down a pit and just does a bit of damage, whereas without the red fairy, falling in a pit is an instant death.
Right, yeah.
Very punishing.
I don't think I'd seen that little squat kid sprite before somehow.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That little...
Yeah. Go back to baby. I need to see baby.
To these guys more to make sure I'm getting all the hits. Fall down a hole for the mirror.
If you say so, bud.
Yep. So there are, I think 3 or 4 holes in the game. So I know that the mirror is one of those. The mirror is one of the quest items. So it doesn't do anything except give you access to a wise man.
Who do you give it to?
Pretty much all of the trade items, you just give it to the woman standing outside of the house, and then she lets you go in the house.
I see.
Yes, so Town 2, Haruto, is Town 1. I don't think that there's anything here because this is the intro town.
Right.
Though I think I do need to talk to the wise man here and figure out where the Boulder Circle is.
Yeah, no, like you are fully the expert here. I am like a clueless spectator.
And if you have any questions, that's the thing with randomizers, that it really is just routing.
Yeah.
It's, you know, figure out what you need to do, like what is the closest stuff that you can unlock, and, you know. First is southeast, so put that there.
One down bottom right.
Yep.
Awesome, awesome.
Thank you, sir. Alright. For now, I've got all of the towns marked. And I'm going to fast travel back to the town that I was at, because that's the one that I want to be at.
Right, right.
That is the closest point to where I want to be going. Actually, I believe, yeah, there's two ways to get to the place I want to be. One is the left. Yeah, and I want to take the left path because that's where the it's where I think that's where the glove is. It's either there or it's in one of the other areas down there, but I know it's down there.
If you got it before, you can get it again.
Yep. I might die a few times. We'll have to see.
Well, that's part of it.
I think I want to go this way. Yep, that's right. Okay, so I want to go left. I don't have the fisherman's note. I had that before, so that's a problem.
Where do you get the fisherman's note?
I don't remember. That's the problem.
Well, now we gotta think fast.
Yeah, alright, so we're starting with less than I thought we did, so you'll get to see what you missed.
Yay!
Okay, I want to go first. I think I want to go back to where I was.
Okay, okay.
Because from here, I don't need the fisherman's note to get to the southern area. I can take this path. Ooh, okay.
Ooh. Youch.
Yeah, this place is tough. Wait.
I think I know why there's so many headstones here.
Yeah. It's a graveyard.
Yeah?
Alright. Ouch. Yeah, shield doesn't work on that.
Hey, Huddy, what's up? Come on over, bud.
Hudson is incredibly concerned.
Come here.
There we go. Health. Ooh. The hammer is hidden in a maze. Oh, that's good.
No.
That is very good to know.
Mirror in a hole, hammer in a maze.
That's right.
Ooh.
I don't need to be here.
What was hurting you? Oh, that's right, monsters in the dark.
Yep. If I use my
about
fire
that.
spell, I can reveal them, but I don't need to be doing that.
Oh, see you, Pat.
Bye-bye. Never stop gaming. Ouch. You don't need that magic.
Nah.
Here it is.
Bad time for Hud to get settled. I'm gonna be getting that coffee soon.
Oh no!
He just got all curled up.
So the issue here is that the path to get to where I'm going here is quite a bit tougher because there's this guy.
That's That's a problem.
And there's a handful of these guys, because I can't reflect their attacks. I have to jump over them, and that's hard.
Ooh,
Yeah.
yuck. No,
Yeah,
that's
no,
a
this
bitch.
It's tough.
What the hell are those guys anyway?
I actually don't know what their names are.
I'd look it up, but I got a little boy on my back.
Ow. Yeah, I'm about to game over.
Yeah, no, I don't know how... Man. That's it, folks.
That's it, folks. I lost.
So, I'm assuming the note is first priority, or no?
That, it would definitely be the most helpful thing to get. I wish I remembered where it was, but there's only so many checks that I can do. Let's check out the second continent.
Okay.
And I'm going to be trying to avoid combat as much as possible because they expect me to be at quite a bit of a higher level.
Yeah,
here.
no, and you're still doughy.
I'm still very squishy. There we go. Do-do-do-do.
What are you looking at, sir?
Okay. Just gotta... There we go.
Just want to see if you can outrun it.
Okay, so this is Town 5, which links to Town 6.
Okay.
And in Town 6, I need the child. That's right. Yeah, and that's the entrance to the well. I don't need that. Powerful Knight lives in this town. I know, I met him. Oh, I haven't met him yet. Okay,
Ooh.
then I need to do that. It's good to know. But we...
Do you want any coffee, by the way?
I think I'm alright. Thank
Okay.
you, though.
Mm-hmm. Your membrane's going nuts.
You press up. When you jump, press up to stab. I love getting dyslexia for some sentences that I've literally read 100 times before.
Yeah, that's how it works.
It is.
Those are the dangerous ones.
Mm-hmm. Hi. Revive me. Thank you. Ma'am, give me my magic.
Do you think that was intended as innuendo?
Honestly, I don't know. Could have been.
Right?
Wouldn't have been unexpected.
Oh, no, not at all. Link's always, like, getting smooched and...
He is. He's cute like that.
Yeah. The ladies love him.
Mm-hmm. This is a fact of him.
This is a fact of him, is that the ladies do like Link.
Okay. No, that's just,
So, what are the tiles with the white dash on?
That's just a different type of path. It's pretty much,
see.
it's functionally identical.
I see. Mommy's gotta get up.
Hey.
I'm gonna go get coffee. He's really watching the screen.
He loves gaming.
He loves TV.
Ouch.
Ooh.
Yeah, see, that guy got me down to, like... I had, like, full health. He killed me in like 2 hits, I think.
Yeah. God. Ay.
Yeah, see?
Son of a gun. No, those are not nice, fellas.
Thankfully, the fire spell helps with that.
Yeah, there's so many critters in Zelda 2 that, like, I can't...
Yeah, that's a Zora.
Yeah, no, that's right. Zora looked like those weird little...
Yeah.
little cartoon deep ones.
Yeah, that was the way that they looked until Ocarina of Time when they got
right.
redesigned.
Oh my lord, yeah.
Yeah, they looked like that in Zelda 1. They looked like that in Zelda 2 and 3 as well.
Man.
Help
me out. Which one was 3?
3 was Link to the Past.
That's right.
Eesh.
Aye.
Okay. Ow.
Oh, that's a lot of fellas.
It is. Hey.
The spiders are a real pain in the ass.
They're quite cumbersome.
Tell you what, I gotta kick this boy off my lap because I need to pour myself some coffee.
That's right.
Alright, buddy. You gotta get up. No, don't be digging your claws in. Come on.
Okay. The problem with this area is that I don't think that I will be able to manage to get through the next little obstacle on the path to the next town, so I might have to, yeah, give up on my dreams of getting there. And I don't think I got there before, so it can't be anything extremely useful. I mean, it can't be anything useful in regards to my current goal.
Well, if you know it isn't on the other continent, then that's not terrible news.
That is true. At least I don't think it's on the other continent.
I imagine if it was that hard to get there this time, it probably would have been that hard last time, right?
Yeah,
So.
exactly. And I think that was the last of the checks there.
So, search is narrowed.
That's right. Let's explore over in this area. I think that, you know what? I think the note might be in the Swamp Palace. So let's head there. First off, let's talk to this lady and change our save point. And also
yeah, that was
save.
definitely... that was innuendo.
Yeah. Well, no, she was just amazed by her incredible story. What innuendo would that be?
I'll never forget that.
She'll never forget our amazing story that we told her. Get your head out of the gutter, you freak.
It's funny though, because they didn't really play hard with the idea of Link being a desirable pretty boy until about Ocarina, right? Whenever he's in the adult form.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Let's check these, because I don't know how much. Yeah, okay. Meat.
Yum.
Yeah. I love meat.
I love meat.
So meat does, it's actually called bait, I think.
Oh, okay.
But it baits enemies away from you. So
I
if
see.
Specifically on the overworld,
yeah, okay.
when enemies appear, Link will drop the bait and enemies will chase the bait instead of him.
That's awesome.
Yeah, very useful for,
Yeah.
especially like in parts of the game where you don't want to be fighting a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, funny that I got that one, but I didn't get the meat earlier. Ouch. It's because I was looking at the dashboard.
I see.
One of the interesting and kind of frustrating things about this game is you don't get any healing outside of the heal spell, which,
yeah.
if you're playing a randomizer,
It's...
you don't know when you might get that.
Right. Hey.
Ooh.
Yeah, and that... Ooh! Leaves you in a pretty bad spot.
Mm-hmm. Let's give that another go.
See if you can outrun him.
Yep.
There we go. That's the stuff.
Hey, dude.
Let's see. I see. Okay, so this is the note, right?
So he gives you the note in the vanilla game, but he gives you a randomized item
that's right.
in the randomizer.
I forgot. It is a randomizer. So what'd you get?
I already talked to him. He just gave me the same canned dialogue.
I see. Well, boo.
Yeah, I know. It's heartbreaking.
You gotta get out of here.
I do.
One trudges through the thicket.
Yeah, okay, I got what was here already.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing up there. So, I think
There
that
we
it
go.
very well may be in the... Ooh, I want you. Please, fuck you.
Aw.
Fairies hate me.
You're coy little ladies. They play hard to get.
It's true. Okay.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, I haven't gotten this one, so I believe I haven't... Yeah, I'm pretty sure that... You're spawning so many slimes, and I need you to stop.
There we
I'm
go.
pretty sure the note was in the Swamp Palace.
I see.
So, let's head over there.
How far away is our... Oh.
Hmm.
Is our beloved Swamp Palace.
It is literally just to the left of here.
Awesome. We're in business. Almost. We're approaching business.
We're approaching business. Yes, I will actually take the life level up to get a full heal.
Yeah, baby. Does the thicket stress you out like it does me?
Yes, the swamp is always... I mean, because the thing is, the enemies in the swamp are also more difficult. It's just harder to do combat when you're in the sluggish environment.
Yeah, and you're trudging.
Yeah.
There we go.
Cool.
That looks like a palace to me.
Yup.
Wahoo! That's what I love to see.
That's right.
Now let's go get that dang note.
Yeah, hopefully.
I hope.
Could be somewhere else. I do remember there being something of value in here. I think...
If it's that strong in your memory, I'd be pretty surprised if this was not the place.
Yeah.
I love the way they jump down.
Mm-hmm.
They've been waiting their whole unlife for like that one exact moment. And they hear the footsteps. Like, this is it.
See, they used to be regular soldiers hanging up there.
They've been waiting that long.
Mm-hmm. Ow. Oh, yeah. Key. I also need to remember, I'm pretty sure one of the houses in Town 5 has the all key. Because
I see.
It has, yeah, it's the one that has the shop. But there are two.
Hey, howdy! Good to see you.
Hi. There are two. They're not really shops. They're more a person has a thing and will sell it to you. But it's just one thing.
Mm-hmm.
And the one on the left continent is a woman, and the one on the right continent is a man. So I remember it was the man selling something at the all key. And I believe that was going to be around...
Son of a gun, that was way too hot to drink.
Oh, honey.
I'm alright, I'm alright.
Ouch.
I was just excited.
You love your coffee?
I do. I love my hot Jones. And that's what's the matter with me. I keep putting it back up to my mouth like, well, maybe this time.
Oh, you have to be patient.
I know. The tip of my tongue is in shambles.
Yeah. See, like, there are people who are so good at this game that they can play it, like, without dying.
Oh, God.
And I am not on that level. There are ROM hacks of this game that are just, like, absurdly difficult.
I mean, the thing is, like, Zelda 2 is already absurdly difficult.
It is.
It's...
The thing about Zelda 2 is that its difficulty is very front-loaded. It gets a lot easier as you get to the later parts of the game.
No, that's
because you
true.
level up and you get the up stab and the down stab and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah. No, it doesn't really scale with you. It just throws you into the deep end first, and you're like, all right, swim.
Exactly.
Which, I mean, to be fair, I suppose most games around that time were also that
yeah.
way. Aye, yeah, ooh. I mean, good God.
Yeah, okay.
Metroid 1 is not known for being
Oh my god.
beginner-friendly.
I mean, that's the thing. Like, I would argue that Zelda 1 is much more obtuse than Zelda 2. I think
Yeah.
Zelda 1 is, like... If we're going by, like, modern game standards, Zelda 1 isn't good.
Oh, no,
It's,
I
like,
mean...
it's absurdly obtuse and just, like...
It was a good start.
It's
know?
a great game if you
Owie.
don't have any other games,
Right.
which is how it often was.
Well, yeah, I mean,
And
one
it's-
single cartridge, that's a luxury product right
Yeah.
there, you know?
And that's the thing, is that, like, games of that era were built with the idea that it would be one of a handful of games that you
Yeah.
had, so it would be something you would come back to repeatedly.
Yeah, you know.
And in that sense, Zelda 1 is a really good game because it has a lot to explore and a lot of mystery and intrigue and all of that good stuff.
Oh, yeah. No, I mean, like, for
Cancel.
for quite some time, like, the longevity of a game was how many days after coming home after school you'd have with it before
Exactly.
it took time to beat it, you know?
And that is also why people look so fondly on Zelda 1.
Oh, yeah.
Like, the people that played it as a kid, they had that experience of, like, you know, coming home from school and,
Yeah.
like, talking with their friends about the game and being like, oh, if you burn this bush in this area, it gives you
Yeah.
a secret, which is really cool and mysterious, like, when you're
Oh,
a kid.
yeah. No, I mean, like,
These days, you just look up a guide.
yeah, no, like, Pure was right. It was a different kind of fun.
Yes.
I mean, especially, you know,
Yes,
God,
please.
without, like, the ease of access with things like the internet, there was a kind of mysticism to the whole thing.
Yes,
that was so much
absolutely.
easier to
Games were a
upkeep.
lot more magical and mysterious.
Yeah. I mean, hell, even when I was a little kid,
Yeah.
I remember, like, the oh, thank you.
Yeah.
The there was an intrigue whenever my older sibling and I would be playing like Animal Crossing, and we weren't old enough for things like, you know, early 2000s forums. So
Yeah.
the most we would ever see in terms of like, oh, cheats and cool things you can do in Animal Crossing Wild World would be like the lies made up by other children.
Exactly. And that really is the thing. A lot of the magic of video games in the early days was kids lying to each other.
Oh yeah, good lord.
Which is good.
The Urban Legends. It was awesome. It was cute.
Yeah.
It was funny.
I mean, hell, I remember, like, the like, fake poster on how to unlock Waluigi in Mario 64 DS. That shit, I was obsessed with that shit.
Yeah.
I hope to God it was real.
yeah, no, like
I wanted to live in that beautiful world.
I remember, actually, come to think of it, I remember whenever we had gotten Nintendogs,
Mm-hmm.
the rumor that all of our classmates would say amongst each other was, there's a way to get the puppies to grow up,
Oh,
and then you can get them to have other puppies. No, they stay puppies forever.
yeah, Unlock Sonic and Melee was another
Yes!
huge one.
That was, yeah.
Melee was the home of many of the world's greatest,
Just
like,
ridiculous
video game
urban
rumors.
legends. Yeah,
Right.
no, Melee was so funny for it. Which, I mean, you know, I got into Smash really late. The first Smash game I actually ever saw was Brawl at a friend's
Nice.
house. So I worked my way backwards from there.
Ow.
And at the time, I was still so unfamiliar with a lot of game IPs that I was like, well, why wouldn't Sonic be in there?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
was not
it was a
surprised
huge
to see
deal
Sonic
at
in
the time.
Brawl.
Ah, okay. Right.
And I mean, hell, I didn't have the context to understand like what a jaw dropper it would have been for Snake to show up. you
Yeah.
know?
Oh, You accidentally clicked the...
Oh, did I?
Yeah, it's okay. Not your fault.
Well, the mouse slid, and then I think my butt did.
Yeah, your butt right-clicks the screen. The bottom clicker. I think that... Yeah, okay. I think that the last item that I got in here was a magic piece, magic upgrade piece. Yeah, okay. I think that there's... I'm tempted to, like, to just, like, leave and come back, because there are some other things that I want to check that I can get right now.
But, you know, while we're here...
Exactly. That is one of the routing challenges, is that, like, later on when I get here, I might be able to, you know, wipe it all out in one go.
Yeah, but whatever's here, if there's a decent challenge here, chances are you haven't cleared this out already. And
yeah. Well, I have. I just don't remember what it was.
Yeah,
that I
exactly.
got.
But you know, on this version of the save,
yeah,
you know,
there we go.
Which would mean that there's a good chance it is that dang note.
Yes. Ow.
Ooh!
Yeah, you don't do that.
No, a lot
That's
of
the
them
thing.
do it.
When I watch people who are good at this game play that game, in that situation, they would literally sit there and wait until it jumped in the lava, because it's not worth the risk of it jumping at you with bad timing and knocking you into the pit.
Yeah. Is
Like,
it RNG whether or not it goes left or right?
I believe it is RNG dependent.
Okay.
I don't actually know for certain, though. I've never looked into the behind the scenes of how the enemy AI works in this game. I know that there's some predictability with, like, the iron knuckles and stuff.
Right, right. I love her little 2-frame walk.
Me too. Oh.
A little pixel knight is a really cute thing.
That's true.
I think we all need to come together and join hands and understand that a little pixel knight is a really stinking cute thing, and that's why Shovel Knight took off.
That is true.
Oh my lord, Shovel Knight really did take off. It took off so hard, I just got so bored.
Yeah, no, it got very, like...
The thing is, you know, Plague Knight was always my boy, so after Plague of Shadows, I was satisfied. I was
yeah,
like,
you got everything you needed.
I got everything I needed.
It's very much like it's very commercial.
Yeah, well, I mean, after they started doing all the spin-off games and whatnot,
yeah,
it got a little bloated.
I'm sure it's great for the people who are, like, still into it, but I definitely lost interest.
It's a very, it's got the same, especially in a lot of the spin-offs, it's got a lot of the same art direction going on as it reminds me of, like, Crypt of the Necrodancer.
Yeah,
and I'm just like, yeah, it's...
Fuck.
Ooh! Ay, you're getting all beat up and smashed around, and now you're just cooked.
Yeah, now I'm cooked. Yeah, no, I agree.
No, see, Spectre of Torment looked like so much fun, because, I mean, the one thing I gotta say about, like, all of the Shovel Knight expansions is I love that they are not just reskins. Oh my god, the fact that all those playstyles are so different is fantastic.
Yeah, very, very fun.
Like, I loved the way Spectre Knight's whole thing looked, but I just could not muster up the energy to even watch a playthrough of the thing.
Yeah. No, I remember I got the, like, like...
That's right, we didn't like it very much.
Yeah, it was okay.
Yeah. God,
I actually used to follow the dev on Patreon when that game was actually a different thing. It wasn't a Shovel Knight property.
Yeah, and then Yacht Club picked it up, didn't they?
Yeah. It's like...
I think
a cool, fun game that didn't have longevity a lot of other roguelikes have.
Yeah. What was that post that we saw earlier today that so many roguelites are like, would you rather like $1 or $2?
Yeah.
It was one of those.
Yeah. It's like, oh, picking from one of 3 perks again. How creative.
It's... I respect the idea. I completely understand why roguelites have the longevity that they have and why they are, like, the thing people keep
I mean, I've said it before, the roguelike is the modern generation's version of the Metroidvania.
Yes, bingo. 100%. And like, hell, I love Metroidvanias, but I can tell you, I know why they phased out. I know why people got sick of them.
That's the thing, like, the best Metroidvanias that are coming out these days are, like, indie devs who are extremely passionate about that specific type of game.
Oh my lord, I can't believe I'm forgetting the name of the very... Oh my lord, I'm forgetting...
Hollow Knight?
No, it starts with an A, and it's...
Axiom Verge?
Axiom Verge!
Yeah.
Yes,
okay.
yes.
I was right, there's nothing else here.
And what was...
there was no useful stuff here.
And,
quick restart.
What was the sequel called? Was it just Axiom Verge 2?
It was just Axiom Verge 2, yes.
And that also kicked ass.
Yeah, it was really good.
My problem was I kept wanting to call it Anodyne, and I was like, no, that's not it. Different
Anodyne
thing
is a
entirely.
different game.
Anodyne is a very different game. A great game.
It is. I'd like to come back to Anodyne.
Yeah, we didn't finish it. No, I completely understand.
No, you will learn to love him.
Literally, it's one of those. It took me some patience to get used to him. What is his name again? Is it Trace?
It is. He's a good boy. I quite like him.
He very much is one of those spunky protagonists that...
Yeah. The thing is, he's extremely just some guy.
Literally,
and he really is just like, I want to go home.
He's just got a very, very funny type of hairstyle that...
Yeah.
Is
the story will make you sympathize with him and like him more. The story of that game is so fucking good.
No, it's fantastic. I love Axiom Verge. If you're itching for like a really good, really like in the spirit of old sci-fi type Metroidvania, it'll scratch that itch like nothing else. It's gorgeous.
It's a very cool concept. Axiom Verge 2 doubles down on the cool sci-fi stuff as well. It gets even doper.
I high praise for oh my lord, I'm sorry, I'm so sleepy right now. High praise for both of those games from me.
Yay.
Yeah, no, absolutely, you'll love it. If you like really need like one Metroidvania to scratch that freaking itch, Axiom Verge is it.
That's the thing. Axiom Verge is... People really underrate the story in that game. Like, I really like the sci-fi world that he paints.
Well, that's the thing, right?
I've probably gotten this already, but I have to check.
Gotta check. With Metroidvanias in particular, I think that because they are so gameplay mechanic contingent, gamers are just not going to be likely to be invested in like most of the art direction or narrative. So whenever you put a lot into it in a Metroidvania, it's with, you gotta take it on the chin that most people are just kind of gonna have their eyes glazed over and go, all right, how do I get to this thing?
Yeah.
And that sucks.
It's pretty sad. Okay, that was useless. I'm going back to, here.
Thing is, a randomizer is great for just meandering and shooting the shit.
Exactly. Like, there's always so much that you could be doing at any given time.
Right.
That's also why it was difficult to stream this alone, because I'm just like, okay, I need to go here and here and here.
I'm happy to be here.
Hard to think of conversation topics when you're also trying to route.
You're right, yeah.
Whereas if someone else is talking, you can it feels easier to split that focus.
Oh yeah, definitely. God, when did we play Anodyne? That was...
Anodyne... Well, we played Anodyne 2...
That's right, we played Anodyne 2.
A few years ago, I think. Never finished it.
That's right.
We got close to the end, but,
I think we got too sad.
Yeah, it
sad.
is a very sad game.
I got too sad.
It is an incredibly sad game.
It really is, but it's beautiful.
It is. Come on. Anodyne 1 is a game that I have a big soft spot for as well, but I will say it isn't, like, as polished.
Yeah.
The thing about Anodyne 1 that makes it special to me is its atmosphere. The actual gameplay at its core isn't, like, particularly interesting.
Right, yeah. And also, yeah, I do agree. Like, Let's Playing, which is just strictly all about the gameplay decisions and as you're making them, it can be so stale unless, like... I mean, well, it really does. It depends on the personality. I've certainly... The ones that I really enjoyed as a kid, it was always people who were, like, very relaxed, knew what they were doing, and were just kind of going about it with a jovial attitude.
Yeah.
Which,
Smiles.
I mean, well, I married one.
Yeah.
But, like, there was Agent JR I used to watch all the time when I was a kid. And she did actually the first Let's Play of, I don't know if you remember Off, whenever...
Yeah.
Off was really big on Tumblr back in 2014, but the first English fan translation
This way.
was, I think, around 2012, and she was actually the first one to play a Let's Play of that, so I got, like, I got turned on to Off.
Lol.
Whenever, right before it hit it big on Tumblr, and then whenever it did hit it big on Tumblr, and I was a kiddie, I was like, hey!
Mm-hmm.
And that was a lot of fun.
It's a good fucking game. I'm excited for the remake. I'm excited to hear the new music in the remake.
Oh, me too. And yeah, no, the town in Shovel Knight, I do feel like they're taking a lot from Zelda 2.
Oh, absolutely.
It's
This
so
game
cute.
takes a lot from Zelda 2.
Yeah.
A lot of people think that the downstab in Shovel Knight is influenced by the DuckTales game, but no, it's Zelda 2.
Oh, yeah.
They've said that this game this game was a huge influence. The combat specifically is a huge influence
Oh,
for the
yeah.
way.
Like, I can really see it. I feel it. The bounce is so similar.
It is. It's
Yeah, like, that's the same weight, you know?
yeah, yeah. That is, again, I think that, like, I think that Zelda, or Shovel Knight's, like, what are the words that I'm trying to say? Shovel Knight's controls feel too good and too polished, and that's what separates it
Yes.
from Zelda 2 to me. There's a type of clunkiness in this game that I adore.
It's the same problem I have with a lot of 2D platformers these days. They are a little bit too precise, a little bit too responsive to the point that I feel nervous.
Yeah.
It's like, I feel like the little fella I'm controlling is on such a hair trigger for left and right. He's a little bit too eager, and I'm like, okay, hang on.
Mm-hmm. I swear it was in here. I must have just walked past it without noticing or something, but... This is the path to the well, and I don't want to do that right now because that doesn't... There's nothing there that I can get with what I have.
This feels funny to say, because, like, I can't say I've ever really seen anyone agree, but I think of all the 2D platformers that I've played over the years, I think the perfect level of responsiveness and input for me was right around, like, the GBA Metroid era. Like,
Yeah.
Fusion, and the thing is, Zero Mission, I think sometimes gets kind of a bad rap because it does look a little cheap.
It definitely does have a bit of a cheap look to it.
But
I can't
it
do that yet.
controls so beautifully, and I love that game. I really love it.
Yeah, the Boots is in Cave. I would definitely like to give streaming that one a go.
Mhm.
I just want to stream the original like Metroid at some point.
Oh yeah, I'm leaving that one in your hands.
Yeah.
That one's, I'm the Metroid fan, but that one's for her. I'm not doing it.
Yeah. I love obtuse, bad quote-unquote games.
And that's the thing, like, you know, bad in our current understanding of game design, but, like, for the time, like,
Yeah.
well, that concept had to come from somewhere.
Yeah. Alright. I haven't been here, so this could be something useful.
A good game is a good game, but a good concept piece is a good concept piece.
Exactly,
You know?
yeah.
My favorite game ever is Sly 2. When I'm talking about Sly 1, I'm like, well, it's a great concept piece. What's up, buddy? Yeah, what are you meowing at? You can come up here if you want. I'm not stopping you. Hey, buddy.
Hi, Hudson. Alright, what do we got here? I believe I'm going to have to fight some kind of a bastard. Yeah.
I
this is the
hate
guy.
fighting a bastard. And, you know, come to think of it, I never did get far into Dread because,
It scared you too much.
well, that's the thing. I'm quite good with horror games. I don't get scared easily. I have, in the past, often gotten, like, jokingly impatient with some of my friends for not being able to play through, like, Silent Hill 2 or 3, because I'm like, come on, I've been completing these since I was, like, 12. But
scary.
they're scary. But for whatever
Alright,
reason,
I'm
being chased.
Jumping past you.
Yeah, get rid of them.
Ooh.
Being
Hey.
chased was always my, like, oh no, oh no, oh no. And with Dread, the whole
there we
thing is
go.
the Emmy. So as soon as I start being chased, I just shut down and give the controller. I'm like, no,
Which I would love to replay Dread at some point.
Oh god, yes. And I do.
I would love to kill you.
Understanding a bit
Ouch.
more now. Damn it, about how the
That's
hitboxes work with the Emmy and how much you really can swoosh them.
Yes.
I think I can work past that fear, and it would be good for me.
Yeah.
But
And it would be fun.
it would be fun. But oh my god, they scared the daylights out of me.
They're so awesome, though.
They really are. God, Dread was perfect.
Dread was fucking incredible.
Dread was the first Metroid 10 out of 10 in my entire life, like as a lifelong
Hell
Metroid
yeah.
head. Dread was like, I don't care if Prime 4 sucks, I'll be fine. I got
Yeah.
Dread, I'll die happy.
Yeah.
I am still excited for 4 though. I do think it's gonna
I'm
be a lot of
interested
fun.
in how it's going to turn out.
Me too.
It looks very military right
It
now.
does. It
but
looks very
also,
go get them soldiers.
It looks extremely go get 'em soldiers.
But Retro Studios has kind of always done that with Prime.
Exactly, and also like that's the intro. That's not reflective of what the whole game
Bingo,
is going to look
right?
like. So again, could be anything.
It really could. I mean,
yeah.
I'm excited to see
Back
Samus
over
go
here.
Psychonauts.
Me too. I'm excited to see her beautiful psychic abilities because it's cool.
That's a fun gimmick for this one.
Yeah.
And
Coming from the
I
other
suppose Prime 1 didn't really have a gimmick, did it?
side.
Can you think of anything?
Yeah, it's not. I mean, it's the establishing
Right,
shot,
yeah,
right? Like,
definitely. And 2, the gimmick was all the different suits. And then in
Yeah.
3, it was definitely hyper mode.
yeah.
Vomit out all your sickness in a little rage fest.
Just quick restarting to get my lives back. So in the vanilla game, when you game over, you lose like, I think you lose like 85% of your experience.
Eesh.
Yeah, it's pretty brutal.
Yeah, that's mean.
There's an option to like the equivalent of what I'm doing would just be like resetting the console, I'm pretty sure.
I see.
But this game gives you an option to remove that with the manual reset. So if you game over, you still lose 15 or you still lose 85% of your experience, but
Right. But you can get around it.
exactly.
I see.
There we go. Yeah, 'cause-
And I'm curious, among like Zelda 2 fans, is that seen as like fair or cheesing it?
well, because this is a thing exclusive to the remake,
Right.
it's really just preference.
Yeah, I see.
It is very steep. It's a very punishing game.
Yeah, no, it's not nice to you.
I've beaten this one several times, but I have not beaten, like... I have not beaten the original Zelda 2.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, that over there is a path to an orange slime, which is this game's version of, like, Gold Skulltulas or
I see,
Koroks,
I
if
see.
you've played Breath of the Wild.
Right.
It's just the 12 collectible things. But the game is weighted, so what's behind that check is not likely to be important. But if I get to like near the end game and I can't progress, I might have to do that.
Right.
But right now, I wouldn't be able to get that one that I was pointing at before anyway, because I don't have downstab, and I need downstab for that one.
Ooh.
But yeah, I'm pretty sure that the note literally is down here somewhere. Meaning that in order to access the other area, or the other path that leads here, I would have to go down this path
that's
anyway.
Right. We gotta get that dang note.
Gotta get that serum
We
through.
gotta get that serum through. Thanks for the serum, boys.
No, I won't be kidnapped.
God.
Alright,
I swear to God, I need to see more home. Oh my God, I almost said Homestuck instead of Homestar. That's how bad. That's how fatigued I am. I almost said Homestuck instead of Homestar.
dear God. You know it's fucked when that happens.
I'm not out here calling for more Homestuck fans, but we need a resurgence of Homestar fans because
We
we
do.
are an aging population.
That's so. I'm pretty sure that this is where I got the glove from. So.
That's right.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Homestar fans in the chat.
Yeah.
That was one I would always have to sneak watching at friends' houses because my parents would hear Strong Bad say crap and that was it.
God. Yeah. Say, my dad, on the other hand, fucking loved Homestar. He actually has a Strong Bad t-shirt that he still wears.
Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah.
I don't think he told me that.
Yeah.
Literally, everyone who's
That's
ever
right.
watched Homestar has like at least 5 Homestarisms that have stuck with them forever. One of mine is Mike Could. Mike Could is with me forever.
When I was in high school, I was obsessed with the ladies will be all up on.
All up Pawns is another. Oh my lord, yes. God, I remember. I have a vivid memory of trying to explain like what was so funny about a Teen Girl Squad bit to my father.
There it is.
And I was explaining that one of them got bisected in a way that was like, because they're stick figures, there was no gore, and the comedy of the thing is that there was just one big cartoon bone coming out, like a, I remember explaining it to my dad, like a cartoon beef shank, and how funny that was, you know, that there was no blood or gore, that was just a funny way to show someone getting bisected.
Exactly.
And he like very gravely furrowed his brows, and he was like, I don't know if you should be watching stuff like that. Yeah, see, literally...
It literally is, like, genuinely good, clean humor.
It is! It's funny. They're just children.
Oh, dear Lord.
Oh, how
goodness.
could you delight in their suffering? They're just children.
Just little girls.
Like... You really know, like, as a little 8-year-old, that, like, you flubbed it whenever you're trying to explain how something is funny to your parent, and you're just watching their face, like, fall more and more. Like,
oh my god, those guys are brutal.
They're nasty.
Yeah, see, this is what happened to me last time. In this particular area, I got the glove, and then I died trying to get the other checks in this area.
Ah, okay.
But now that I have the glove, if I die again here, I'll be able to get a bunch of stuff that will make this easier.
That's right.
Ow.
Now I'll be right back, because
Alrighty.
I gotta go use the restroom.
Come on.
Which coffee?
Wow, man, I'm playing poorly. I should have been able to do that, but I didn't. Which is sad. You hate when that happens. Alright, but now I have the glove, so I can go get the downstab.
Be sure to save.
I will.
Okay.
You're smart for that. Hello, ma'am. I'll write down your adventure. Come in. Your adventure has been recorded. Yay! I love that. Hello, ma'am. Do you have anything interesting? Look at your map for an area's name. I knew that. This is Mido. Anything here? Yeah, I want to go this way, because I believe the shortcut path is on the rightmost side of this town. Do you have anything? I think your name is Error, yes? Yeah. Mr. Error will tell you where a tunnel is if you meet his friend in another area. There are a few things like that in this game, where there will just be a guy who's like, hi, my name is this, and then another game later, I just walked past the thing I was looking for. Another guy later will be like, hey, go talk to my friend, name.
Okay, I'm back.
Hi.
You know, I was just thinking, like, I had that age-old excitement of, oh man, how fun it would be to stream Psychonauts 1, and then I remembered the controller issue, and I was like,
oh my god.
Oh, Tim, it's been like 10 years.
Tim, why haven't you fixed the damn game yet?
Man, you made an entire another sequel, before you fix
Why
the
is your game
controller.
still broken on Steam? Like,
Oh, it's so sad. And I know that people who really start playing Psychonauts 1 with PC controls do swear by them.
yeah,
But, just let me play with the controller.
literally.
It hurts.
Honestly, the first time I played Psychonauts, I played with mouse and keyboard.
Yeah, see, I know that one of the reasons people swear by it is because you get, like, once you get good at it...
You technically have more control.
Oh, yeah, I mean, the only way to get rank 101 is if you're playing with mouse. It is impossible to get the final... bit on Coach's stupid little game and basic braining.
One thing.
Yeah.
You just can't do it on controller because you can't move fast enough.
It is quite literally impossible. Like, I don't think anyone has ever done that on controller. If they have, then I'll eat my words. But yeah, see, I played Psychonauts 1 on as a kid. I actually got it on the Xbox Live Arcade.
Easy mode.
Oh my god, it is really, really my favorite. Psychonauts 2 is great, but it to me personally, it didn't hold a candle to
compare.
1.
Like it's just it's so good.
Maybe it's an apples and oranges thing. Okay. Yeah, no,
the thing
I get
is,
it.
if you got to the meat circus, you honorarily beat the game.
Oh yes,
I'm saying that. Like
yes. Listen, the meat circus is artistically fantastic. Game design wise, it is remarkably broken. Super broken. Like, in fact, I actually, if I remember correctly, when they managed to port Psychonauts 1 to Steam, they got so many just vitriolic complaints about how ridiculously hard the meat circus was and how unforgiving and broken those hitboxes were that they did patch it. But it's still, it is, I mean, like, especially if you played on original hardware, if you got to the meat circus, you beat the fucking game. Because,
God,
it's nasty.
Circus. Yeah, I think I only ever experienced the fixed version of it that made it, like, quite a bit easier.
See, you know, I actually, because I played on Xbox 360. I played the port from the Xbox Live Arcade. That was my first time as a kid. And I think they might have fixed that version as well. Because I did beat Psychonauts 1 an embarrassing amount of times. And I died.
There's nothing to be embarrassed about.
I just adore it. Yeah, oh my god. It literally is that hard. An entire second rental period just being dedicated to Meat Circus sounds about fucking right. And it's so cruel, too, because goddamn, that's like the best track in the game. I love it. That's the other thing, too. I love Peter McConnell. I think that he is a fantastic composer. He also did the music for Sly 2 and 3. And again, I've mentioned Sly 2 is my favorite game of all time. So, like, Peter McConnell has scored the soundtrack of my brain.
Yes.
His stuff really does, I mean, like, the same attitude shines through in Psychonauts 2, but it's a very different, polished, looser, more kind of commercial Peter McConnell sound. And I like how zany and cartoony he was leaning in the early 2000s.
Absolutely.
He also scored Grim Fandango, by the way. Which another
incredible.
Utterly flawless game. I love his stuff, I really do, but to me, I think the best stuff he ever did was around the late 90s, early 2000s. And Psychonauts 2 was a bit clean, you know?
It was very clean.
Yeah, it is. It's that's the mania side for Gloria, Happy Flowers. And then Hagatha's home was whenever you flip the mask. Which I always remember the wah from the brass as soon as you do.
Yeah.
That's the thing. McConnell loves his woodwinds, he loves his brass, and he loves that electric guitar sting that's like wah, wah. He loves that stuff. I'm glad he kept it for Psychonauts 2. But
and
again,
on occasion, he does love to get a little bit racist.
He does love to get a little bit racist with it. And well, here's the thing, right? One of the things you can't... One of the problems you really can't take out of Sly, right, is that it's a globetrotter.
Yes.
Because it's so based in, like, James Bondy type stuff and Lupin and, like, Batman animated series. It's a globetrotter. And, oh, boy. He gets a little dicey with it from time to time.
I'm just chilling out here to see if this
yeah.
guy won't kill himself for me.
Ah, there we
He
go.
tried. He fucking tried to get me, but I was too good.
Man,
Hi.
good job on that one.
Thank you. See, now I'm getting strong enough that I can kill the orange iron knuckles in 2 hits.
Yeah. We're watching Link get beefier and his skeleton become more iron and steel-like in real time.
By the way, normal game does not have this map.
That's right.
The normal NES game, you need to either get your pen and paper out or you have to have a photographic memory.
Old style, baby.
Oh yeah, which, I love that stuff, but I'm not going to say I'm complaining about having the map.
Yeah, right. Especially not for a stream. That's too many places for your brain to go.
Yeah, exactly. I am the type of gamer that loves a game that doesn't give you a map and asks you, get the pen and paper out, bitch. You're in it for the long run.
Not me. I've never been the type. But whenever it comes to like a Silent Hill or Resident Evil puzzle, I'm pulling out the pen and paper and I'm like, yes, 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 yes. That we really should stream Silent Hill 1, 2, and 3.
I would absolutely love to stream all 3 Silent Hills.
Oh god, yes.
That would be, if we don't get into it earlier, that would be a wonderful Halloween stream.
Oh, definitely.
To make it like a whole month of playing all of the games.
Oh, right. God, yeah.
These fucking guys, there is, as far as I can tell, no consistent way to get past them without getting hit.
Yeah.
It's like a really precise jump will do it, but like...
Yeah, these guys are nasty.
Like that, like,
yeah.
You can see that, like, theoretically, if I'm super skilled, I can I can make sure that the thing hits my shield when I'm jumping down like that. But even, like, extremely, like, experienced players still get hit by that thing. So I'm choosing to believe it's basically arbitrary.
Those son of a guns take a lot of hits.
Oh yeah, anti-fairies.
That's right, that's
In
what
fact,
they are.
I need to remember that I can do this. Oh. Yeah, I can bounce up and down on them, so I don't need to walk them like that. Let's go this way first.
One of these days, I definitely will come back to Psychonauts 2, but...
Yeah.
Isn't it so weird when you have a relationship with a game that's like, yeah, one of these days I'll be ready to come back to it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I think all the time about replaying 1.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll be like, yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
Like, I look forward to every part of it. But 2 is like, for whatever reason, for the past few years, I've been revving back up.
Yeah. And the reason is the ending.
Yeah, it is. They really dropped the ball. And one of these days, I swear I'll really get into it, but...
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
wow.
You could write, like, 3 articles on that.
I really could. One of these days, I think I'll have to, or I may go crazy, because everyone I know who's been a huge Psychonauts fan just adored 2, and it made me feel really... I was like, man, what's my problem?
Mm-hmm.
You know? But now I really do know what it is, and it's fully writing-based.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, in terms of actual gameplay, it is...
Oh, it's a fucking amazing
it's
platformer.
heavenly.
Like, it is... It is... Like, the combat and the platforming together in that sense, like, it is just an unbelievably enjoyable gaming experience.
Oh, it's so snappy.
It isn't as funny. That is also true.
It's really not. I understand they really wanted to be sensitive to a lot of specific mental health issues because it was at a very tumultuous time.
I imagine that they kind of felt like, ooh, we messed up a little bit with some regards in Psychonauts 1, which, you know, they did in some ways, but like, also...
Yeah,
I would prefer the way Psychonauts 1 treats mental illness and the way Psychonauts 2 treats it.
Yeah.
Which is to say, that evil voice in your brain, put it in the big black hole.
Yeah, right? Like, it's so strange. They built up this entire narrative about how you do have to make peace with every aspect of the self. I mean, Cassie's level brought me to tears.
Yeah.
Fully and completely. Like, if you want to talk about it in terms of, like, you know... warring parts of a whole, if you want to think about it in more fractured terms of plurality, whatever. You know, I think any of that could apply, but the beauty of like, Cassie's level, which they had really been gearing up to narratively for the entire thing, was that you must make peace with all aspects of the self. All of them are you, and that is okay. Get everything to work together. And then we finished the game on, well, shit, we kind of wrote ourselves into a corner because we have this genocidal maniac.
Yeah, if your alter did a real genocide, it's a little.
It's kind of hard to write yourselves out of. So I get that they were like, okay, we just got to banish this evil part into the big black abyss. But everything from the fake out with Maligula to like, oh,
that
my sister.
pissed me off so much. The fake out. If they didn't do the fake out, I wouldn't have been as pissed off about it.
Right.
But it literally feels like in the original script, it wasn't a fake out, and then they needed to back away.
Exactly.
So they kept that scene.
It was
weird.
It was weird. They tried so hard to be respectful that they forgot that so much of what made Psychonauts genuine in the first place was being tongue-in-cheek about things that, in your head, can be a little ugly. And really, isn't that some of the beauty of it?
Yeah.
Putting a visual metaphor to it so that you don't have to be afraid of it. If some of the visual metaphors in one were sloppy, I agree. Of course they were.
Yeah, it's like you could make an argument both ways as to whether the Milkman conspiracy was like good representation of that kind of mental illness.
Right.
Because there are people who would see it and be like, well, that's kind of cruel. And there are people who would be like, that was my life. I lived that way.
Yeah. It's like, I would very much like welcome both arguments on that end. With
here's
two,
the boss.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
With 2, no, but that's it, right? With 2, there was less to discuss. They wanted so much for there to be no ambiguity in how they represented everything that there is less to discuss, less to dissect. Yeah. Like, that was really why 2 frustrated me a lot. They were... I love the kindness that they approached it with, and I will never take it for granted, but they were so afraid of stepping on toes that it did kind of hurt the final...
Got a bit toothless.
Yeah, right? But in terms of art direction, game design, everything, I mean, even the actual way that gameplay loop worked, it was just, like, near flawless. But, like... I think that it was as good as a sequel for Psychonauts coming out like during the freaking pandemic era could have been, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And I understand, like, even just like, you know, racking my brain's file cabinet for where everyone was at that time. People were sore. Of course they were. People were scared. So like, I mean, hell, you know, why did quote-unquote cozy, wholesome games explode, right?
Oh, yeah. I could go without any more cozy, wholesome games.
Yeah, it's like, I'm ready to put them away for a bit, you know? But I swear, one of these days I will go back to Psychonauts 2, because the art in it is too damn good to not spoil my eyes with again.
Yeah.
I can tell you, I will be delighted at some point to
There we go.
to play Sly 2. I don't think I can ever stream Sly 3. I think I mentioned this last time.
Yeah. It's just too racist.
It's too unfortunate. Oh, good lord. You know, one thing I have found, though, is that...
Never mind.
Unlike Psychonauts 2, I am not alone on the Sly 3 thing. Most Sly fans think about the really uncomfortable double whammy episode 2 of Let's Get Really Racist about Aboriginal Australians, and let's end it with Macro Fetish Carmelita. Oh, it literally feels...
It's deeply unfortunate.
It feels exactly like that one episode of a Saturday morning cartoon that would just make you run out of the room because it made you feel secondhand embarrassed. Like, you knew...
didn't quite knew why, but you knew something was happening.
You knew that, like, before you had the words for what a fetish was, you knew that there was something up, and you were like, I have to change the channel. I don't know. I have to go. And, like... Sly 2 had its, like, cartoon fetish moments, but nowhere near as much as 3. Yeah. That was egregious. Ugh.
Alright. Over here. So I'm gonna give this boss one more go. He might be a little bit too tough for me right now. I might need to level up a little bit, and also maybe come back with a candle if I can find it.
Hey, this is completely out of nowhere.
Uh-huh.
But am I crazy, or was there a 90s cartoon about the Archie cast as, like, paranormal investigators or something?
That is Scooby-Doo.
No, you...
Fucking with you. I have no idea. I wouldn't be aware.
There was. Okay,
Ooh.
okay. The reason I asked is I was like, okay, I swear on my life, it's a Canadian thing.
I see.
Okay, okay.
No, that makes sense.
I was talking with one of my Canadian buddies, like a few months ago, about how one of the absolute best things, and funniest and worst things about Canadian animation is that because you guys up there have, well, I say you guys, but speaking to the abstracted ghost of the Canadian population that I have just placed on the other side of this room.
I like you.
Like, because their animation is syndicated, it's very well funded. Which, I mean, that's fantastic. I love that they fund the damn arts the way that we here in America do not. But that does mean Sturgeon's Law really rears its head at every opportunity. For every 10% of utter gold, it is 90%. Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
And God bless it.
Mm-hmm.
It's every single time I'm trying to think of now, did I dream this, or was there a cartoon that had this very particular and strange fetish scenario? The answer is always yes, I didn't dream it. And as for the origins, it is always either like 90s like Hollywood cartoonists, or it is Canadian, anywhere from the late 90s to like the mid 2000s. Always, without fail. We were just talking last night about how Tiny Toons had a particular smell.
Yeah, it had a stink. I need a stink emote once I get affiliate.
Yeah, you need to get something for a certain smell.
Yeah.
That's what you should call it.
Yeah, kitspin certain smell.
Certain smell is what we will call it.
Yeah, that'll be good. Beautiful.
The 90s were so weird for cartoons.
The 90s were so much better. Anyone remember that? Yukino Joe, like, fucking a decade now by now.
Oh my god, yeah. Man. Hey, time is moving fast.
Time is moving too fast, but it's okay.
Well, we're also getting older.
We are getting older, and that's weird too.
That's weird too.
Yeah. Oh my god.
The good news is it's happened to everyone who's ever been alive.
Oh, okay. Well, I feel better now.
So, thankfully, we don't need to see a doctor about it.
Oh, good. Ouch. Yeah, this guy's really tough. He's one of the harder bosses.
He's...
Especially, so I haven't mentioned this yet. I'm specifically playing the second quest version of this game, which is unique to this remaster. It makes a lot of the bosses harder. So this guy isn't typically in a swamp, and there isn't typically a, like, enemy spawner, like, by him.
Yeah, no, this is pretty brutal, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, typically it's just a regular arena with nothing else but you and him.
Yeah. This guy really has it out for you.
Yeah, he does.
You know, from here, his sprite kind of looks like a bald white guy with sunglasses.
Well, he is a bald white guy.
So like he doesn't have like a helmet on?
You take off 3 of his helmets. And then his
okay.
little
So that's his actual
head.
dome.
Yeah, that's his dome.
Awesome. Okay, I thought I was just like kind of seeing a little.
Yeah.
No,
when
white
you
guy with sunglasses.
if I come back here with a candle, you'll be able to see that quite a lot better.
I see.
I'm also going to try and come back there with more health and more damage.
Yeah, because right now he is wiping the floor with you.
Yeah, I did realize and figure out I can downstab him, but there's so much to do that it would probably be better. I would be better off spending less time attempting him and more time leveling up and getting items.
Yeah.
So currently with my glove. Let's take a look at Let's get inside somewhere.
Hey, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Did the ShamWow work?
It was just a like type of. It's kind of like a magic eraser, and that it's a like well-advertised version of something that you can get for cheaper on like online
see. That
websites.
makes a lot of sense.
As opposed to offline websites.
Also known as stores.
Yeah. Is a store an offline website?
Well, I mean, in terms of if we're talking about a website for buying, I suppose.
I suppose.
Otherwise, I would consider an offline website any public place.
Yeah. Smiles. Thinks about the beautiful world of the offline website.
I go outside to the park and I'm like, dude, this is just like logging on.
Dude, this
seeing
website
all my
is
friends.
Awesome. Hi, man.
Speaking of, next time the weather's really good, let's walk down the park. We haven't been there.
Yes, absolutely. I would also like to drive down to the park that we used to go to.
Yeah,
when we...
it's not a very long drive either.
It isn't, and they replaced that awful intersection with a roundabout.
Yes, I hated that freaking intersection, man.
Mm-hmm.
The amount of times I got into traffic scares there because no one knew what to make of it.
Mm-hmm. So now I can go over here because I have the jump spell and I have the down stab. So there's a handful of checks here that I can get, so hopefully I'll get something tasty.
Yeah, baby. You know, one of the problems with an intersection like that is, and I know I've bitched about this to you many times. Hey, nice.
Ouch.
Ow!
Dies.
No one in Michigan uses their fucking turn signals.
No one anywhere uses their turn signals,
That
it's the thing.
is not true. That
No?
is legit not true. I swear.
All
Even
right.
here's the thing. I remember seeing back in the day people saying that Wichita was one of the like worst places to drive in the country.
Yeah,
because
but people use
are-
their fucking turn signals
Even
there.
in Wichita, people
Yeah.
would use their damn turn signals.
That's really funny.
In Michigan, no one does.
There's
I'm like,
another green slime up there.
good lord,
Orange
man, that's
slime.
dangerous.
I don't know why I said green.
Both are colors.
Both
So you-
are colors.
Both are colors, so you weren't too far.
Thanks for coming to my defense on that. You're right. They are both colors. Maybe I'm not so silly. When you put it that way, they are both colors.
As far as I'm concerned, light reflects off of both of these.
That's right. Actually, these are emitting light because it's on a screen. So,
Well, think about it from Link's fictional perspective. Get it, respect him. Get in
fine. Fine.
his, get in his, empathize with the man.
Try.
It'll help you game better. Every
You're
time
right.
he gets hurt, you go, ooh, ow.
Yeah. I do that. Ow.
Ooh.
Ouch.
It's gonna sting in the morning.
That was an incredible
I know, man.
number of fumbles.
Yeah, it was.
We're all good though. Can I make this? Yes.
Yeah, there we go. What's the little bag with pee on it again?
You. Experience points.
I thought so. Okay.
Yeah. I don't want to go down here.
Ow!
Bungled that. I
Well, yeah, I've been going at it for an hour and a half with no breaks. That's about the time my eyes would start getting tired.
Nah, that was just a misinput.
Oh, son of a bitch, I've been letting my coffee get cold over here.
Dear God, what's wrong with you?
What am I gonna do with myself?
There's something deeply fucked up about you.
That's why you married me.
That's right. Ooh, there's the candle. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
I have to get up there first to get to that.
I wonder what the median age of marriage is right now.
Huh.
Like,
Oh, thank
aw, thank you. Yeah, we love Pat. He is just an angel.
you. He's
One of the best.
one of the sweetest and nicest guys in the universe.
And he's been to our house.
He has been to our house.
He made a most delightful steak with Kit, and it was just fantastic. Yeah, no, God bless Pat. We love him to death. And hey, it's nice to have someone to shoot the shit with, so thanks for coming.
Absolutely, yeah.
That's what makes it fun.
There's nothing worse than a stream where no one comes and you're just like, oh, it's just me alone with my games.
It's like, you know, sometimes it's gonna happen when you're starting out, but like every time you get someone to pop in, it just feels good.
It is. Yeah, it doesn't discourage me because I understand that it's like literally standard.
Oh yeah,
I need to
it's just
go
how it
back down
goes.
here because I have to get my jump spell again and my fire spell. I need to be able to see these things. Here we go. Come on.
You got it. You got it. This is the one.
It is.
The next one is the one.
All right. I believe you, and if you fail me this time,
it's over.
It's over. I'm filing for divorce.
Yeah, good luck in this economy, my dear.
Yeah. Here we go. Never mind.
I'm actually so curious, and now that my phone's done charging, I do have to see the median age of marriage. I'm just too curious.
Yeah, I imagine it's probably a bit younger because more couples are probably marrying with that attitude of like, eh, it'll help with taxes.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's the thing. Like, economics tend to be a really huge thing about how quickly people tie the knot.
Exactly. Oh, man.
Let's see.
Whoa. I just clipped into that platform. I fell off just a little bit and then corrected, and I was clipped into the edge of it for just a second. Oh no.
Okay, so it actually hasn't changed as much as I thought it had yet.
Mm-hmm.
The median age for first marriages in the United States is 30.2 years for men and 28.6 years for women.
Interesting.
So we were pretty young.
Yeah. I mean, we're also a unique case.
Yeah.
On account of true love.
That's right. Yeah, no, we just kind of lucked out in that regard, but...
Yeah. This is normally where you would get the red fairy.
I see.
But in this case, it's experience.
Mm-hmm. I wonder how that differs in the UK, for example. Let's see.
Yeah. I love you. You're my information guy. You love learning.
I love learning, yum.
Alright.
Oh, here, from Wikipedia.
No.
List of countries by age at first marriage.
Oh, Lord.
What happened here?
I messed up my jump, and now I have to go back and...
Oh!
No.
You gotta look before you leap, my dear.
No. Okay.
Let's see here. Wow. You know, in places like a lot of Western Europe, the age is even higher. Finland, 35 and 33 respectively. Oh, it has an average, thank goodness, I can just use that.
Mm-hmm.
The average for Ireland is 36. They're really taking their time on it. They're thinking about it over there. I respect that.
Me too.
Let's see.
Alright. I don't have to go all the way up, so this will not be as tumultuous.
United Kingdom, it's 30, so right about on average with America, I believe.
Here we go.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. It really does seem like the average age of marriage has, like, really skyrocketed on a global scale.
Very interesting.
For the most part. Obviously, there are places around the globe where people still do arranged marriages, and that will often be, like, very young.
Yeah.
But in a general sense...
No, I forgot to... I don't have enough, I didn't have enough magic to do that, so I had no
gun.
hope. I want that candle. I'm gonna get it.
You will get that candle, so help me God.
Yep. What I'm actually going to have to do is go back and forth like this, and then use those, and then grab the full magic heal so that I'll have enough to do it again later. This whole area, by the way, like the entirety of this area since we went north of town is new.
Okay.
Yeah. Any of these, like very intricately, like, laid out level design areas, the NES at the time probably wouldn't have been able to, actually went down here on purpose. I was just autopiloting. Probably wouldn't have been able to hold as much information as this Game Maker remake has.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
I mean, insanely kick-ass, again, that they did this in Game Maker.
Yes. Open source.
Yeah. No, I'm just glad to see Game Maker still getting use, because usually when people talk about it, I feel like over the last 10 years, it's like, oh, Game Maker.
Yeah.
You know?
No, I mean, you still got plenty of Game Maker games coming out. UFO 50 was Game Maker.
That's right, I forgot. Oh, my lord.
Yeah.
And that was just perfect.
That was fucking incredible.
It's too perfect. That's why you haven't come back to it yet.
Yeah, no, literally, like, the combination of, like, that game coming to me during a quite difficult time, and also, like, it just being, like... I have, like, an emotional experience with that game that, like, is making it difficult to return to.
It's your Psychonauts 2. I get it.
Not even, because, like, Psychonauts 2, you have that difficulty with it because of a problem you have with it. It's literally, like... so good that I get that kind of sad nostalgia when I play it.
No, I get it.
Like, I will never experience playing this for the first time again.
It is
type of feeling.
It is your Animal Crossing Wild World.
Yes, absolutely.
That's it. That's what that was for me.
Save me. Thank you for saving me. I'm going to reset.
Let's get those lives back.
Okay, what do we want to do now? Candle. I think I, again, never retrieved the note.
Okay, I'm not crazy.
It's somewhere.
I was just thinking, no, she must have gotten the note by now, right? No.
What have I got? It might actually be over down here. I need to see if I, there's a check at the shore here at the southmost point. And also,
no, what are those little guys called? I love them.
I don't know. You should look up the the Zelda
What did
2
I just do with
wiki.
my phone? There it is.
It's right there. Look at all the enemy names.
Yeah, let's take a look here. It's funny how often I've heard this overworld theme by now, and I'm not sick of it.
It's a really good one.
Right?
The music in this game is very, very good. Ouch!
Ouchie!
Owie. I got hurt.
Pretty bad.
I didn't look before I leaped. And something bad happened to me.
Something quite bad happened. Funny, the anti-fairies are called bubbles.
Oh.
In 2.
I see.
And actually the little slimes are called bots.
Yeah, yeah. Oh no.
Oh. The fellas that have armor, but they've got those kind of like pointy, almost doggy faces, those are kobolds.
Yeah.
I didn't know that either.
I also didn't. That's really interesting.
We know the Iron Knuckles, our good friend the Iron Knuckles.
That's right.
The floating dragon heads that do the wave pattern are called Raw. And the doggy heads that move in a square wave are called Mao.
Huh.
Yeah,
fun. a lot of like, one thing I like about like early Nintendo era is how many of the translations are just, very direct.
Oh yeah.
Because why wouldn't they be?
Right. Oh, those funny, kind of leechy, almost piranha plant looking snaky guys are called Arnell.
Cute.
Yeah.
Let's see.
The fish skeletons, Bago Bago. We know our good friend the Octo Rock. Oh, those hooded witches are called Margot. I'm learning a lot right now.
Yeah, and the ones that have the unfortunate design, I think those are the Wizrobes.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay,
Yeah, they really do look exactly like KKK members. It is pretty rough.
Yeah.
The
Hudson.
Grand Wizrobe. Oh, Lord.
I'm just sitting on the pause screen right now because I'm thinking about where I want to go next.
I'm looking in particular for... This is it's juvenile of me, but
Yeah.
so there's bird people called Fockles, and the ones with armor are called Fockers.
Yeah. Actually called Facas, I'm pretty sure.
Really?
Yeah. So, or at least that's how I have often hear them referred to as.
Let's see. Let's take a look.
Where are the
here.
blue ones again?
I'm actually going to go to a different page and see if it might have more, because I didn't see all of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, wow, there's like a lot of fellas that don't come back much.
Yeah, oh man, there are plenty, especially like in the early games like that.
Yeah.
My best bet right now is going south of Rudo. Or at least what Rudo used to be. Oh wait, no, I can't do that. I'm silly.
Yeah, why not?
Because I don't have the notes.
That's... God dang it, where are we gonna find that note?
Okay, then I should go south of Rudo through the alternate path.
I gotta show you some of the actual, like, official art for a lot of these guys, because it's crazy.
Oh,
yeah. Look at, for the centipede fellas, this is what the art for them looks like. They're scary.
Dope.
Yeah, right?
Wish it was easier to just, like, put stuff on screen.
We'll get better
like
at it.
Yeah.
We'll
and once
figure
I have
out
a dual monitor set up, it'll be easier.
Definitely. We'll be figuring it out as we go.
Yeah. Okay, I need to go save at the town over here, and then go...
And I need to go pee, so I will be right back again.
Alrighty. I think the save point is at the left side of this town, so I'll come in from that side. Yep. Here we go. Your adventure has been recorded. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Alright. So it'll be this path down here. Across the bridge and down south. And then I have to deal with this guy again. Oh wait. I want to reset because I don't have full health and max lives. So before I do that, I'm doing that. Wait. Here we go. This guy's such a pain. There we go. Even better, the crouch stab that works best against that guy in particular, I feel like. The falling crouch stab. Because there is a like few frame delay when you do a normal stab, but it has slightly more reach, I think, than the down stab. But the down stab is immediate, so if you're doing a crouching down stab, you don't get the movement debuff of not being able to, like, you know, move left and right. So jumping in that kind of resolves that issue. Okay, here we go. Ow. Gets hit an unreasonable amount of times to a very simple enemy.
It's what happens.
It is what happens. And back down here. Now that I'm a little bit stronger, I can probably handle those annoying guys.
Yeah, Link's been beefing up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I have a candle, so I don't need to waste magic lighting torches in dark rooms.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Well, I tell you what, my dear, coffee's only doing me so much good, and I may have to retire soon.
Yeah, I'll probably end the stream pretty soon here.
Yeah, want to keep going until about 8?
Yeah, I think that sounds good.
Awesome.
Alright, let's jump down here again and get the remaining... Eesh. Okay. Fire actually does me quite a bit of good here, so I'm going to use that.
Man, I'll tell you what though, for the first day in a while that I've had like this much lymph in my face and head, I'm doing pretty alright.
Yeah, you're holding out well.
Thank you.
Eesh.
Doing my dangest.
Okay. Ow. Dies.
Owie.
Yeah. The specific way, like, the enemies kind of back up and hold distance from you in this game is really interesting. Like, that is another one of the things about, like, you know... Shovel Knight has that kind of... Fuck. that kind of, like, Zelda 2-esque movement.
Mm-hmm.
Like, vaguely, honestly.
Yeah.
But, it also doesn't have that same AI. A lot of enemies in platformers are, like, inherently very predictable for reasons that, you know, make sense. But I like the way in Zelda 2 enemies are just, like, very chaotic, and you need to think about, like... You gotta really read their movements, like... It
is a really impressive amount of thinking on your toes that's demanding of you for a game this old.
Yes.
You know?
And I think that's part of why I really love old NES games like this, is the way that they, like... Take advantage of, like, really simple math to make an interesting, like, engaging enemy like, concept. Whereas on modern computers, you can pretty much do anything you want with, you know, anything you want for practically free.
Yeah, right.
Ow.
Hell, even thinking about, like, Metroid enemies in the history of always, like, across all Metroid games.
Yeah.
Like, it's a very predictable pattern. Even in the FPSs, like, once you know what they do, you know what they do.
Yeah.
But these guys, are, no matter what, it's always unnerving to watch.
Mm-hmm.
They're
stressful.
Yeah, they get up in your damn face.
Bye.
He heard you were coming.
He was like, no, no, nuh-uh.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
If I go, it'll be by my choice.
There's the water boots.
Yeah.
That is very good. That opens up a ton of stuff.
Very awesome. And still no gosh darn note.
At this point, I don't need it.
Hey, then whatever.
Yeah. I'll be able to work my way back through just, like, from the bottom up.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hey, Huddy.
Hi, Hudson.
Coming and going in his little rounds.
He loves when we sit on the couch and play games together and talk.
He loves it. He's got to be with his lungs.
Mm-hmm.
He goes crazy. But then we talk a little bit too loud and he gets fussy. And that's whenever he goes to sit in the corner for a bit and just stare at us, then the cycle repeats.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's the real audience.
I don't care about that. So, now, I can leave this area with a clear conscience.
That's right.
And start working my way backwards up through here.
Yeah, now he's just quietly rumbling, looking up at me and then watching the screen.
Hudson loves to sit in his mommy's lap and get kissed on the head.
That's his.
He literally demands kisses.
He's the only cat I've ever
him.
had.
You started doing it to him because you love him so much and you just can't help yourself. And now he literally associates it with being loved and getting attention. So he demands that you kiss him.
Yeah, he needs kisses on the head. And he will look up at me expectantly until I give it.
It is truly awesome.
Only cat I've ever had that has demanded kisses in this way. And if he feels I'm not getting the hint, he will, like, give me, like, a very toothy, like, he'll push his snout into my hand and then look at me, like, do this.
I love him.
He's so funny.
He's a perfect little boy.
You are a perfect little boy. I cannot believe you have to be about 16 years old. You look like maybe 7.
He is such a young-looking cat.
He is a baby forever.
Probably post pictures of him on Blue Sky, because the world needs to see Hudson.
The world does need to see Huddy. You silly boy.
I would love to get some quest items so I can get more spells.
That would be ideal.
Hey, dude. Okay.
Link's health is looking yucky.
Yeah, I only have 1 heart left.
That's no
Or
good.
One life left, rather.
Yeah.
I really love the simple 3-color palette of the HUD up there.
I was just thinking.
That red, white, and blue salutes.
Yeah.
Like, it's just a very pleasing...
No, I know.
It's used in a very pleasing way.
I need to get better with limited palettes, is what this game keeps making me think.
Yes. NES games will remind you, like, how beautiful something can look with only 3 colors.
Yeah, no, I keep remembering, like, why I'm like, a little bit bored of drawing right now, and I'm like, I need a new challenge.
Mm-hmm.
Game over. Return of Ganon. It's sad, but it has to happen.
It's true. Alright, so...
I know, right? There's too much to choose from.
Mm-hmm.
I need to get better with just really strict limited palettes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, good lord, you want to train your sense of, like, color values. That's how you do it, right?
Yeah. Now that we have the boots, we can walk on water and do a lot of stuff. Play a little bit longer and do some easy checks, and then once we've done all of the, like... Once I've done all the easily accessible stuff that I can think of, we'll call the stream there.
Awesome, awesome. Man, you know what? You gotta hold me at gunpoint and make me, not really, and make me do something with the C64.
Thank God you clarified. I love the C64 palette.
Yeah, no, because that one is hard to use, and most people did not use it very well, but when it's used well, oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
That's a
so
fun
Andrew
challenge.
of Rauru has the book of Medora, so in case you care.
If you even care. Yeah, no,
That is actually not a hint, that is a quest activation thing, so
I see.
I will get an item, well, in the typical game, you get an item from Anju when you talk to her after talking to that guy, but in this game, she tells you to go somewhere else.
I see. I'm trying to think of other palettes that would be really hard and really fun to try to use.
ZX Spectrum.
That's a good
I could give
one.
you plenty.
Yeah, no, please do. Just give me a list.
Honestly, go on A-Sprite and just look at the canned ones. They have
you're
tons
right,
of,
you're right.
They have pretty much all of the major ones. This is the Island Palace, so this is actually... It's not vanilla, this is the Palace on the Sea. Which the Island Palace and the Palace on the Sea are 2 different palaces.
Yeah.
This guy is scary.
Yeah, he is.
I guess I'll try to kill him. In fact, actually, let's do that. I don't need to bother with him. I can just walk past him.
That's right.
I actually don't know, like, how much I have access to here with what I've got, so this will be a learning experience.
Wow. I love learning experience. You know me, I love to learn.
Mm-hmm.
I really like the way the kobolds walk. They've got a little jaunty skip.
They're literally cute.
They are. I love the falling blocks. They are stressful.
It's so fun to play Minecraft in them.
You can make a little house.
Everybody that grew up with this game knows this part as Minecraft before Minecraft. gonna sneak past this guy.
Minecraft came out in 2011, right?
Yeah, I believe so. 2011.
2011. Man.
That was the 1.0 release, I believe.
Yeah.
It was, you know, a game for a while before that.
That's right. I was 12 years old. Man.
And I was 15.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I remember when Minecraft was first popping off. Everyone was like, this game is so good,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
I had a lot of fun with it, but my dad always struggled with sandbox games that didn't give him an objective, so he was like, what's the point? And I was
My
like,
dad...
I want to build!
My dad is autistic in the way that made him fucking love that game. He
Fuck yes.
had like mechanisms that like automatically sorted all of the items in the game
That's
into like
adorable.
chests. He loved that kind of thing.
That's so cute. Yeah, no, I love playing Minecraft, but I always preferred creative mode because the survival aspects were nah.
Yeah,
I just wanted to build.
See, I didn't like the building. The survival was what I was there for.
If we ever do end up playing together, which I don't know, it's just so complicated now.
I would maybe like to do like
one?
Yeah, like a legacy mode.
Right? I would really like to. That would be a fun way to play.
I would.
You gather resources, I build.
That would be a lot of fun. I would like to do that.
Women be scavenging and men be building.
Yeah. These guys are such a pain in the ass.
No, yeah, see, I really do respect that. Like, I know that for a lot of people, building with the survival aspect is what makes it so rewarding.
Yeah.
I would always have, like, such big plans as a kid. I was like, no, don't give me the tedium. I've got a castle to build, goddammit.
See, that's where the fun is.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, but that's the thing. I love a good sandbox game that gives you a lot of different ways to play.
Yeah, absolutely.
I haven't played Minecraft in... Good lord, I mean, it's got to be over 10 years at this point.
Yeah. I don't need that. Ow.
Ooh.
Thought maybe I could slide underneath them.
I'm sorry, does that orange slime have a little face on it?
No, it just has one closed eye.
Oh, okay. It looked like period underscore period. You see what I mean?
Yeah,
like he's not happy to be here.
He does. He does look like that. No, that is a single closed eye.
That's really cute.
At least, I think it is.
He kind of looks like a little Adventure Time ass face guy having a panic attack. Like just breathing really, really, really fast.
He does.
Like he knows what's coming.
So in order to kill this guy, I have to fall from the top. And,
I see.
Have enough,
hey,
like,
nice.
height.
Good job.
Thank you.
There we go. Ooh.
And I will be doing that on the return trip.
Got a good rhythm with it now.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. Come here.
I think a really good blog for someone to make would be...
Ow. Okay, those guys are still tough.
Yeah. Pixel Knights in games. Just like every little squat knight in an old game that you can possibly come across. Or
You'd
new.
probably never run out of content.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Like, move aside lesser known waifus, right?
Mm-hmm.
Lesser known knights.
There we go. That wasn't really worth it. I'll increase my match.
Or no, it could also include the well-known knights. You just call it tiny knights.
Yeah.
tinyknights.tumblr.com.
So, I need to get the fairy spell in order to go down there. So, I'll, at some point, may need to come back here.
Yeah. There we go.
That's right. I think once I die here, I think I'll end the stream.
That sounds about good to me because I'm getting that fatigue.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in a good mood, but that lymph is swimming in my head like crazy today. I don't know what the deal is.
Yeah, it could be, leftover AQI issues.
It could be. Yeah, we had an air quality alert yesterday from some downwind smoke from the Canadian wildfires. Hope everybody's all right over there.
Me too.
And it didn't.
Oh, well, there we go.
Didn't end up hitting us too bad, thankfully, but I did get a little bit sick. I'm just real sensitive to that stuff.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to save and quit like this.
That
so that
sounds good
it
to
actually
me.
saves.
Good job, hon.
Thank you.
That was a good one.
Yeah, it was a very fun stream.
Tomorrow,
we're doing Teddy
together.
Teddy Together is a 3DS game.
Yeah, late era 3DS where they were really starting to figure some stuff out. It is so stinking cute. It's for babies and it's awesome.
Yeah, it's a little baby game where you just take care of a little teddy bear, and the teddy bear has a text-to-speech voice that is very British.
And it's so fucking
it's
funny
sickeningly
and
cute.
It's awesome.
You can be mean to the teddy, but he won't let me.
He's our baby.
There's a point early on where he's like using your pen to write in his journal, and he tells you he's using your pen, and you have the option, he asks if it's okay, and you have the option to say, "You what?" Which is the funniest thing in the world to me. This cutest, sweetest little teddy bear. It's just, "You what?"
But thank you for coming. It was really fun.
Thank you, everybody who made it out. This has been a really nice stream.
And if you are in the mood, we will see you tomorrow.
Yeah.
So, goodbye and thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Goodbye.